My name is Tiago Dias. I'm 44. I'm Portuguese, and I'm the founder of Unlock It. Today, I will bring this format slide. I will talk about a problem that is real big for the society and for every one of us. That is buying, selling real estate. So this is an outdated process. Is 100% based paper. The fraud has increased 50% in the last 5 years, and there's a lot of frustration and inefficiency, and people are not productive in their works or in the tasks that they have to do to complete the real estate transactions. And that's why I decided to study the team in the last 4.5 years and start solving it piece by piece, because this is a real complex problem. This is one of my motivations, that is to solve real use cases with blockchain, and I think that's one of the most things that motivated me to start this project. But in reality, we need to put the technology as a tool and not as the core of the problems. Because like we were saying, the panels and all the keynote speakers in the morning, that I love it, all the conversations, we need to start from the technology, that's true, but then we need to come to the real part of the world, that are our experience. So, first problem, that is a process based entirely on paper documents. The consequence is fraud. The problem number 2 is that nobody can know the real price of his house. You need to go to Idealista, OLX, or ImoVirtual, and here we have asking prices that are completely different from the real transactions prices. That is something that I'm trying to free with the Portuguese government, because I think it's one of the key variables in the speculation. So the government is the #1 promoter of the speculation in this market, and not the realtors. So this is something that I need to tell you. Lack of integrity is the consequence of this problem, and this is real hard to solve. We need some minister to say we need to change this right away. The problem number 2 is that all the due diligence process, that is the way that the realtors have to know that you can pay what you are buying, is made by email, Telegram, WhatsApp, phone call. So imagine the confusion here, and of course that we are in a real trouble. First, you are exchanging sensitive information by email. So let's imagine a real use case. You are renting your house. You are trying to rent in a cool and expensive location in Lisbon, for example. So you have like 20 people trying to rent the house, right? Yeah, that's true. So imagine the process. You have an agent. You have a day where you are making all the visits, and then start to. Let's assume that 7 or 8 make some proposals. So the agent receives the proposals through email. The agent downloads every proposal to his laptop. So GDPR, it's right on the corner of this room. Nobody cares about that. And we have a big problem, because nobody are saying that we need to stop here doing this. And we need it. This is crazy. Everybody are doing the same, and nobody are telling we need to stop this kind of actions. That's one of the key things that we are trying to solve. But the best part of this is that nobody are respecting GDPR in the real estate market, but nobody are auditing. So this is like the Texas. It's a ground where you can do whatever you want. So there's another thing that we need to change it. The problem number 4 is very unclear laws where the lawyers, solicitors, and notaries are like swimming and trying to maintain themselves on this ecosystem with the same value and money earned. So, of course, this is a lobby and we need to change it again. And the last one, that is there are a lot of softwares, imagine the CRM of the realtors, a database from a municipality, a database from central government, a database from the Energy Authority of Portugal that emits the energetic certificate. So you have a lot of silos of information that are not connected with each other, and that's why nobody has 100% of the information. So nobody can assure a client that he has all the information and integrity. That is one of the main things that we will bring to the conversation. So all these problems leads to a dysfunctional market. It seems clear. High transactions fees. Here in Portugal, we are paying like 5 to 8% in each transaction. This is crazy. We are a poor country, so we need to try to put this transaction that is like indirect taxes. We are paying indirect taxes with this. So this is something that all the population are managing to accept and to try to find the best solutions for them, and Unlock It will try to unlock these problems. So we arrived on a thing that real estate needs a credible and a trustworthy system for managing itself. Why? Because we have a lot of different stakeholders here, and let's start with the first one, the realtors. Then you have the notaries, solicitors, and lawyers. You have the investors. You have the regional, local, and central governments. Then you have the investors or promoters or developers. So there are a lot of people here, and a lot of them with different motivations, completely different motivations, sometimes antagonic. So we start identifying all of the status quo is real estate transactions today. So we have identity theft, forged documents, and wire fraud. This leads to financial losses. Nobody are talking about this, but it's true. So we are building a company where we are creating trust in an environment that there are any of this. So this is our first goal, okay? Then, no ratings or reviews for agents or agencies. Imagine you need an agent to sell a house in Portugal, or even you will put a bullet in your head. So, and even you can try another option, it's almost impossible, okay? We do not have any other option, so people assure like a thing that they need to go to that path. Scattered documentation, disparate tools involved, outdated processing, lack of security. So this is a huge problem, a complex one that needs more people to try to solve it, not just unlock it. So I passed the last 4.5 years creating this company. We are working with Inês Caidi and Miguel. It is something that I'm really proud of, and I will tell you a little bit about that. So we create the first citizen-centric app for the real estate ecosystem. So we are a prop tech and a gov tech company. In reality, my dream is that in 3 years, we can sell our software to the government, and we can have all the real estate transactions in Portugal here at Unlock It, and we will give a lot of opportunity to the government as a real-time audit process for them. Imagine the regulator are doing door-to-door inspections. We are in the 21st century, and we are doing like audits with paper. So I brought this slide. I think it's really interesting. Why? Because there are a lot of people when I'm starting speaking about in blockchain that are always asking, hey Tiago, but why do you need blockchain? There are a lot of things that I can do without blockchain. Here, pretty sure, the know your customer is not blockchain based. The company did not born in a blockchain based environment or in my head, no. I was asked for to pivot the project, and in reality, it was one of the best advices that I received in the last 4 years. And in the end of the questions, you will arrive at, is high performance required? Is no, in this case, so we need to use blockchain. Is transparency required? No, again. And why I'm just in the end of this figure? Because in a real estate transaction, if you think about that, we will have like 4 to 5 data sets, okay? You have a transaction one. Yeah, this can be public? Yes, it can. A personal one, this can be public? No, because it's personal. So we need to create an hybrid ecosystem, something that is really new for everybody, because there are some information that can be public and there are other information that cannot be. Okay, some of the information are from governments, others are from municipalities, others are from the the guy that has the assets. So I think it's really interesting. In all the scientific literature that has been written in the last years, real estate is a completely 100% right use case for blockchain that is in reality we can create the right incentives for all of the stakeholders that are in the real estate ecosystem. Or, for me, it is most important, blockchain is a governance and anti-fraud technology. And for me, this is one of the most simplest ways of defining blockchain. And is where my mind is. Okay, I passed like all my days thinking about how can you secure and make transparent all the information in a real estate transaction, because that's the root of the thing, you know. Then we can think about smart contracts and tokenization. So why blockchain again? And this is the last answer, because it increased the potential of the project like in an infinite way. Okay, we are in the first phase, that is the digitalization phase. Then we will have the automation phase, where we will reinvent the markets, and then we will have the tokenization phase, where we will create new ways of people earning some money and have some liquidity in his assets. Okay, and that's why I'm showing this figure, because I think blockchain gives us infinite things to do on top of it. Let's continue. So, why blockchain? This is a sentence from EBSI, from the European Blockchain Service Infrastructure. So, we are using it in the same way to make information easy to verify and hard to fake in first place. Then, this is really cool slide, because when I think about blockchain, I think about a component. It's not the solution, will not save the world. People will save the world. We need the right incentives, and blockchain can create it. And for me, it's that's the right path that we need to do. And in the end, blockchain will have to interact with legacy systems, with key management, with IoT, and blockchain with IoT is like Web3 for me. Okay, it's the main concept of Web3 is to connect every device in the world and to have a single source of truth that is the DLT, the blockchain database. Again, of course, in this conversation about centralized database and decentralized database, we have always a trade-off. For me, security is in first place, okay? And I think we need to manage some challenges here, but I think we are in the right path, the community are building, and I think that's the most important step that an entrepreneur can do every day, is to evolve his projects a little bit more. Every day doing the same. So, decentralized applications, and this is a thing that I can explain like this is like smart contracts, okay? And then some explanation what it is in a simple way. And for me, blockchain can be a computational element, and I think this is the way I'm thinking about the technology, because I'm really passionate about the impact that the technology can bring to the markets or societies, and I think that blockchain cannot live alone. We talked about collaboration, we talked about interoperability in this morning, and I think will be key. And in the end, we are building the token economy. In 10 years, everything will be different in the financial world, and I hope I will be one of the pieces. Unlock its Web3 use cases. First of all, this is what we are thinking of. This will be launched in the first semester of 2025, and we will put Iris, and then we will connect to the backbone. This will not be Web3 for sure. Okay, I will not lie to you, but we will create our own path to decentralization. So we will be like Web 2.1, okay? And I think it's a really huge step for us. And what we are trying to change is the way people manage and transfer sensitive information. So we are changing from a documentation management mentality into a token management reality. Even people are signing PDFs that are in a cloud and connected with a hash with a token, okay? Or a VC, it depends. So we think that we could be the backbone of every real estate portal, realtor, credit intermediary. I think we are a lot of ambition here, but we are starting with realtors. How this will work, this is a simple scheme. Here are all the stakeholders of the real estate involved in a real estate transaction. I think it's important to say. And every one of them will connect to unlock it, and then we'll transfer. You can imagine of this as the unique I'm having a blank. A single unique property register, okay, that have the aggregation of all data. Then this we will launch in like 2 to 3 months. We want to bring credibility to the rental side. There are a lot of fraud and scams, even with international students that arrive in Portugal and the house do not exist. So there are any Portugal with this type of credible and trustworthy system that we are building with premium ads. And then we will try to, on top of the smart rent, to build the first financial instruments on top of the house. So in the end, I think I started with a little bit most complex explanation about Unlock It, but in the end, what I'm selling here is that we are building one of the first financial companies in the world on top of a property. This is our vision, and this is what we aim to conquer in the next 5 to 10 years. How this will work? Again, you will have a website with an immutable listing. Then you will have Iris, that is the first citizen-centric Web3 application that we share with real estate. And then we have the oracles to manage all the rental contract until the end. So this is a really complex project. It's difficult. We are building Ricardian contracts, and we hope, with the help of a lot of people, to have this real use case in 2025 in production. Verify credentials. Miguel spoke about this in the morning. This is a new way of prove essential information without unnecessary details. This will change the way we will enter discotheques to know if you have 18 years old or not, gyms, everything, okay? The way we can prove that we are the person that we are saying that we are will be a lot easier and in real time. In the end, prove authenticity about the reviews of the agencies and of the agents, because this market needs much more credibility and trust. This is a thing that we think that will have some impact. And I hope you enjoy. I try to be in 20 minutes, it's difficult. And questions. Thank you very much for your attention.